Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And today on the show, we've some breaking news, although it's probably not breaking if you're listening to it now, but it was breaking last night when we heard it.
Yeah.
And by breaking, what I mean is like shocking and oh my god, and thank god everybody's safe news. Fire at Walt Disney World.
Yes, on November 1st, which was on Saturday, I think it was around 10, it was like late, it was around like
10 this time. 10 here.
No, it wasn't
no. It was
super.
That's
it was
right.
It was about 10,
here, yeah.
between 10 and 11 over there. Because they did have extra magic hours till 3 a.m. But,
Was that the extra magic?
No.
A new pyro show?
No, there was not some new pyro show. But, New Fantasyland has been having kind of this problem. This is the second time it's happened. There's been some firework fallout in the area, which has started some fires. That happened to Little Mermaid earlier this year, and now it's happening to Snow White.
Snow White
Caught fire!
Yeah, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, like legit on fire. Last night when we were out and you saw it on Twitter or something, right? And it was like, first of all, the video, like it was a fire. This wasn't like smoke or this was a fire. Shocked.
It was a good
fire.
It was a good fire.
Yes,
good fire.
But I was a little surprised to read like today that no major structural damage, nobody got hurt, thankfully. I think people were on the ride.
Yes, people were on a ride. They got evac. They evac the line, but everything was done procedurally wise. Reedy Creek, their firefighter station, based out of Disney, came in, put it out. And it's actually done pretty smoothly for something like, I feel I would have been chaotic.
Yeah,
like, hello!
Abandoned ship! But a fire truck did drive into New Fantasyland, which is something you don't see every day. I'm not sure the extent of like how much of the area they had to close off for the rest of the night. I don't know. Do you know? Did they have to like close?
No, I think it was just the general area around Snow White's Mine Train. But I think the craziest thing was it actually opened back up the very night.
Wait a sec, what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, about, I think 2 hours later, like, it was just like, obviously if you know about Snow White's Mine Train, they actually use like real foliage and stuff on it. It was just basically that top area, and a lot of people have just been blowing out of proportion. Yes, there was a fire. It wasn't by anything main-wise. They figured it out, put it out, and opened about 2 hours later. They opened it during Extra Magic Hours.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, that was a lot of flames. That's crazy. If it were your house, it would have been burnt down.
Yes.
That's crazy. I can't believe it reopened the same night.
Reopened the same night.
I don't know what OSHA's going to have to say about that. That's an interesting little thing.
I guess, like I said, it's good. The structure is covered a lot by just the foliage in the area.
Yeah.
So it could have just been like a legit bush on fire, and that's why it looks so big. But nothing structurally to the ride or anything. So they're like, all right, let's open this bag up.
Happy ending.
Dwarfs got to work.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You had brought up the theory that now New Fantasyland is an extension of what used to be Fantasyland. So perhaps the fireworks are going off closer to the park than it used to be.
Yeah.
But that area used to be a backstage area, correct? Did backstage catch on fire? Like, were there?
I mean, I don't think there was anything to
There's nothing
catch
to catch
fire.
on fire. Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is just going to be like something they got to think about. Maybe like move the fireworks.
It's honestly both times this happened. It's been during like a cold cold front with strong winds.
Yeah.
So I think they need to just take wind stronger into account.
Yeah,
because wind is not in Florida. It's not a huge factor and kind of overlooked sometimes. But
well, you guys get I don't know if you get hurricanes a lot.
Yeah,
you?
But obviously, if it's not storming, no one really will look into it. But.
Here, it's wind that cancels the fireworks more often than not. If it's rain, they'll shoot them off.
Yeah.
If it's windy, you always see that white balloon going up into the sky for them to see how windy it is. And if it's windy, they get canceled pretty often.
I think over in Magic Kingdom, they're like, oh, we're so far away. Where in Disney, they're like, you're a lot closer.
Plus, here, we get homes everywhere. Like, we're all around the park. You guys don't have that in Florida so much. So in any case, that was a bit of shocking news and exciting, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's exciting news. And
I don't know if exciting is... It was out of the ordinary.
It was like, oh my god. When I saw the video, because when it happened to Mermaid, I don't remember seeing flames.
No,
or
it was
anything.
very little at Mermaid.
And those two are really close to each other, aren't they, Mermaid? And they're pretty close.
Yeah, they're like right across.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to have to look into making some adjustments, perhaps, with fireworks, because twice in a year is not a good thing.
Mm-mm.
But in any case, shall we move on to our Frozen of the Week?
Frozen News of the Week!
And Patrick's got a theme song for you.
I do?
Yeah, just do it.
Frozen News of the Week.
Woo!
Ba-da-da-da.
Now it just keeps getting longer.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's start with a little Frozen news is Build-A-Bear Workshops.
Yeah.
Now has some Frozen characters. You can get Anna, Elsa, and Olaf.
Mm-hmm.
And
now you can get a bear that's dressed in the dresses of Anna and Elsa.
Yes.
They don't really have an Anna and Elsa look-alike doll.
No, but they do have each have their own individual bears, which are specific colors, and then their foots are embroidered. Hear that Boston accent come out for a second? Embroidered with their names on their feet for a second. And then Olaf looks like Olaf.
Yeah.
And I guess you can cross-dress them, maybe?
I guess you guys can let us know.
Well, we kind of tried last night. We were definitely holding up some of the dresses to Olaf.
I was just saying, if you put an Elsa dress on an Olaf doll, that would be pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Somebody should do that and send us a picture, DisneyCoastToCoast@gmail.com.
But yeah, Build-A-Bear Workshop, Frozen items.
Frozen, but in much bigger Frozen news and much bigger news in general. Some exciting stuff going on, Frozen-wise, at Tokyo Disney.
Yeah, as announced over in Walt Disney World Epcot, they're getting a Frozen ride that's, obviously we talked about replacing Maelstrom, but so is Tokyo. They're getting a
brand new Frozen ride.
Yeah, a whole expansion, including a Frozen section, and I heard the castle may make an appearance. Elsa's castle.
So basically, there was a big announcement of Tokyo Disney doing major expansions. From what I've heard, the Frozen ride specific area has not been announced yet officially. There are theories out there. They are building a new port at Tokyo Disney Sea. Will it become Arendelle? I'd say there's a pretty good possibility of that. I'd say it's rather appropriate. Could work. But I've also heard it's a Small World will be moving because they're doing a whole new Fantasyland at Tokyo Disney, which is exciting. I guess it worked at Florida, so why not do it there? But so it might take over where Small World was in Fantasyland. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
It's probably going to get it. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, definitely, besides the market here, Frozen, I think, had an even bigger impact overseas in that market. So it just makes sense.
Yes. Makes a ton of sense. So, so Tokyo, this is all going to open in 2017, it sounds like. At first, when I was reading they said they're getting rid of It's a Small World, I was like, wait a second, what? And then I read closer, they're moving it. All right. I was like, oh my god, that was one of those attractions. I was like, you cannot have a Magic Kingdom without a Small World. I think that's I think the Disney fans would go crazy. What kind of ride do you think it'll be? You think it's going to be a boat ride like Maelstrom?
I hope it's different. I really hope it's different.
I'm sure it will be. It would be stupid if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Stupid. But, yeah.
I'm actually hoping for something. I think it'd be cool, something very similar to. I said this originally when I heard anything about a Frozen ride, original to Phantom Manor's trackless system.
Mm-hmm. That should be every ride now, though.
Yeah, that trackless system I think it's great.
Yeah, that should be every single new attraction should have a trackless system. Anywho.
It's just the next generation of, Omnimover.
Speaking of next generation, we'll get into that in a bit. Yeah. Oh my god, I am so excited. But, just assume that's a teaser, folks. But, beyond that, I think that's our Frozen News of the Week, yes? Yeah. That's week 14, folks. Week 14 of Frozen News for us.
Still counting.
I am.
Obviously.
I'm counting. But we had a little bit of a special treat this past weekend.
Yeah.
We got to see Big Hero 6.
We did.
And I already said my review. I'd already seen it. I love it. And you?
Yes. Well, we obviously don't want to spoil you guys with some of the movie details, but vaguely, it's amazing.
It's pretty darn good. I'll put it to you this way. It was the night after Halloween. Both you and I had very late evenings. And we woke up, I think we met up at 7:30 in the morning, so that means we're up at 6:30 or 7. and went down to Disneyland for this screening. So that's how committed we were to seeing this. It's really good.
Yeah, but without giving you any spoilers, I think it hits all ranges of emotions from being completely hilarious to being some really sad parts. But I don't think Disney animation could do no wrong yet.
Well,
for me, at least.
There's never been a Disney animated film you haven't.
No. I'm talking about like in this new recent renaissance. Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen. They're still on.
Well, there was. Are we counting? Oh no, because that was Pixar.
No,
I was going to say
Disney animation.
Is Brave in there? Because
Disney animation.
Okay, I agree. I concur.
But a lot of people are comparing this as the new Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, totally. It's a really, as I said before, I don't tend to enjoy them as much if they're not musicals. I love this movie. It's not a musical, and we saw Feast again.
Yes, I saw Feast for the first time, and I think it's one of my favorite shorts.
It's a really good short. It's really sweet. Zero dialogue, right?
Which is, I think, makes it even better.
I love it. Yeah. So good. So I think we'll move on because we really don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say.
But I'm just going to throw this out there. I might get a little backlash from this, but I actually like Baymax better than Olaf. In terms of secondary characters.
I love I don't know.
Throw it out there.
Okay. Folks, if you disagree or if you agree, leave a comment for us. Love to know.
We'll have a Baymax versus Olaf, because I feel like they're in the same position as a sidekick-ish character. But sometimes I feel like Baymax could even be the main character.
Yeah, totally. I think. Well, I saw a survey online, and I know I mentioned this to you. I don't think you really believed me when I said this, but the two most popular characters in Big Hero 6 are Baymax. And is it Fred? Is that his name?
Yeah, it could be.
Baymax and Fred were ranked as the two most popular. So, like, obviously Baymax was number one, but the fact that Hero was not number two was shocking. Mm-hmm. So, it's pretty cool. But it's a great movie. Just go see it, and we'll talk more about it after you guys get the opportunity to see it.
You should go see it if you're listening to this.
Well,
Disney,
come on. Well, it's same as Into the Woods. You know, if you're a Disney fan, you have to go see Into the Woods. No, come on, we didn't see $1 Million Arm. You don't go see every.
This is a Disney animation feature.
Okay, fine. If you listen to DCTC and you don't go see Big Hero 6, you're no longer a super fan. I'm just kidding. I take it back. I'm lying, but go see it. It's really good. Anywho, moving on from there. What a big Marvel week we had. Huge Marvel week. There was a big announcement at the El Capitan Theater.
They basically took over El Capitan for this giant media event.
It was a couple hours long. Frankly, by the end of it, I was sick to death of hearing about Marvel on Twitter. I was like so done with it.
And this was right after the Avengers trailer release, so there's been a lot of talk from the trailer of the new Avengers movie to now everything else that Marvel announced.
Yeah. You know what? I skipped over a little thing because I got super excited about all the awesome Marvel news. But there is, just so you know, there's a new Big Hero 6 video game, too. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
It's coming out.
It's called Battle in the Bay. It's a video game. I'm not a big gamer. You were a huge gamer at one point in your life. Have you seen some video of this? In fact, they're putting them in Disney Infinity as well.
Yes.
So video games are becoming really, well, they are really big, but it looks like with Big Hero 6, I always find it interesting when they put new characters in classic games and stuff, because I'm like, what a risk. What if it doesn't take off? So it always makes me a little nervous, but I think Big Hero 6 is going to be a big hit. So.
And we have seen a video of Baymax in live action as a character in Japan, but we actually got our first release of Hero as well.
Oh yeah, the pictures.
He came out, I don't know where exactly it was, but he also came out again in Orlando this past Sunday. And the costume looks well.
You have some casting problems?
Maybe,
okay.
But I won't get into it too much. But I love Baymax. Let's just put it that way.
I love Baymax too. You'll know what that means when you see the movie, folks.
Yes. But back to Marvel.
Anywho, back to Marvel.
Even though it's kind of the same universe. Well, I would love to see if they... Can you imagine if Big Hero 6 went into an Avengers movie? Okay, I'm getting off topic.
It's okay. It doesn't... I'm fine with that. I think Big Hero 6 is definitely going to get a sequel. Just putting that out there. The way that the movie ends, I'm like so set up for a sequel.
I think it's possible they can have another adventure, or even if not a sequel, a short.
Definitely shorts. Oh my, Baymax is here to stay. That's my prediction. Here to stay. Anywho, we cannot stop talking about Big Hero 6 because we loved it that much. But now, moving back to this Marvel thing, it was a Marvel Phase 3. I'm not sure what Phase 1 and 2 were, to be honest.
Well, Phase 1 was the setup of all the
for Avengers.
Yes.
Okay.
So all their singular movies. So Captain America, Thor, Iron Man.
Understood. Phase 1. Okay. What was Phase 2?
Phase 2 was the sequels and the first Avengers.
Okay. Phase 2. Now we're into Phase 3.
Yes. Which is more Avengers and more singular movies and sequels to previous singular movies.
And as far as Avengers is concerned, 2 new Avengers movies.
Yes. Besides Age of Ultron, there's 3 more coming out. Well, 2, and then...
The 2 that they announced was May 2018 and May 2019.
Which is, they're actually splitting up, kind of.
Oh, are they pulling a Harry Potter?
Yeah, which is, it's a common thing nowadays.
Yes, very much so. It's
to split one, but
the Twilight, Harry Potter.
Yeah, but these aren't a book. So basically they're taking a really long plot line and splitting it up into 2 movies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be called Avengers Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 comes out May 4th, 2018, and Part 2 comes out May 3rd, 2019. So they're about a year apart. Obviously, they're probably going to film them about the same time.
In this whole Marvel thing that they had going on, it was all about new movies. I don't think there was anything.
They released a giant timeline. Of basically 2016 to 2019.
What if the superhero thing just dies? What if people legit get tired of it?
I think if anything is getting bigger.
I know, and that sickens me. But I think you're right.
But it's a win-win for Disney. If these things get bigger, maybe more money will be displaced somewhere else. I doubt it, but
yeah, back into superhero movies. What I think is kind of cool. We're getting into a point now where like perhaps I don't know how much of a comic book person you are really, but are you hearing character names that you've never heard of before? Because I certainly am.
Oh, no.
Like, Black Panther, never heard of that before.
Oh, I have.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with some of these names. I'm assuming there's probably a good amount of people in the general public. Like, everybody knows Spider-Man, everybody knows Superman, everybody knows Batman. Like, these names are names everybody knows. Things like Doctor Strange and Black Panther, I don't think everybody knows.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of exciting.
They're definitely taking risks.
I think they're running out of characters. I don't think they're taking risks.
Well, I'm saying this because, in fact, Guardians of the Galaxy was a huge risk that it's in the same category where comic book fans would know about them, but the general public, it's not as popular, and it's a risk that definitely paid off.
Yeah, in fact, it's getting a sequel.
Yeah.
May 2017.
Do you want to run down the timeline list?
Sure, why don't you go ahead?
Alright, so in 2016, they announced that Captain America, the third installment of the Captain Singular series, Civil War, will be coming out on May 6, 2016. And then you have Doctor Strange coming out November 4th, 2016. So we're going to get 2 Marvel movies in 2016.
And it looks like that's happening for, quite a few years. You're getting more than one.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really impressive.
Yeah, they're going to be turning these out real fast.
Yeah, which hopefully, I pray to God, and I'm sure it's different teams of people working on each film. I hope the quality of the films don't lessen because of the fact that they're churning them out so quickly. I kind of feel like that happened with Pixar a little bit in some cases, where it was like, you only had a Pixar film once every like 2 years initially, and then it became like the whole once a year thing, and I'm like,
and that went for a long time. This actually 2014 is the first year in I think 7 years where there hasn't been a yearly Pixar movie.
Oh, somebody else will get a chance at the Academy Awards. Well, Disney will win. But I'm sorry, continue with your list.
And then we have 2017 Guardian of the Galaxy 2, May 5th.
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, May 5th. And then you have the third installment into Thor, which is Ragnarok. Yes, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. Unless it was a typo on the website.
No, that's definitely it. That's July 28th.
Do you know what Ragnarok means?
No, but I know
Okay.
who Thor is.
Okay.
I'm guessing it has something to
I
do
know
with
who Thor
another
is. He has a
planet.
hammer, and only he can lift it up.
And then finally rounding out 2017 is Black Panther on November 3rd. And then 2018, as I said, we have part 1 of Avengers Infinity Wars, and then Captain Marvel on July 6th, and Inhumans November 2nd. That's 2018. Now, Inhumans is the only one I've never heard of.
Okay, so that's it's kind of nice because you can go into a movie not knowing how it's going to end up. Like a lot of these superhero movies, you know the mythos of these characters and stuff. I think it's more exciting for me. Maybe you don't like it. I know you like to like see things on YouTube before you go see it live, whereas I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I really want to have that first live experience, and sometimes you can't, so you deal with the YouTube video. But I like to be surprised. I know you like to read books of movies before you go see them. I'm usually the opposite. I like to see the movie first because the book, it never lives up to the book, or very rarely. So I don't know. I think we have different opinions there. But I think it's exciting to kind of not know the stories of these characters. And, some of them I'll go see. Some of them I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then rounding out 2019, as I said, is the part 2 of Avengers Infinity War. We'll see if another movie comes out in 2019, but that one's on May 3rd. So
it's terrifying to think we're talking about 2019 already.
Yeah. Which the craziest thing about this is Avengers Age of Ultron has not even come out yet, just released the first trailer, and they showed a promo for Avengers Infinity Wars. That's 2018, 2019.
They also had some celebrities show up.
Robert Downey Jr. and
was Chris Evans. Chris Evans, sorry, was there. Yeah, and how did you get invited to this? I was actually, as I was reading about it, I'm surprised Patrick isn't there for this event. But how did you get tickets to this event? Do you know?
I think it was just through media.
I know there were 50 media people, and the rest were fans. So I'm not sure how the fans got in, but. In any case, we weren't there.
No, I was not there. I wish I was there.
Aside from that, can we go to the Marvel news that I am beyond excited about?
Let's hear it.
We spoke about this a little bit last week. Marvel Experience. Folks, new details have been released. This is the theme park of the future, is what it sounds like. This is a touring theme park. Why are you not more excited about this, Patrick?
I'm in shock.
What do you mean?
No, I haven't read anything about it. So
here's the
explain.
Deal. So there's the 7 massive domes.
Yes.
There's one really, really massive dome. They have a traveling 4D ride inside. They compared it to the Back to the Future ride we all know, the Minions ride. There's another one they mentioned. Simpsons. But
it's the same as Back to the Future.
Yeah, there's another ride they mentioned that I'm blanking on right now. But, I mean... That's a theme park ride that is put in a building that doesn't move for a reason. Very technologically advanced stuff. Now touring the country. That is amazing to me.
I think it's amazing to read. We'll see what it looks like.
I think it's going to be, I really, really have high hopes. It's, they estimate about a 2-hour experience, and it's one storyline. So This is basically when Walt Disney said, I am going to make a feature-length animated film. People said, you can't do it. Animated movies are shorts. That's how you experience them. He said, I'm going to do it. This is somebody saying, I'm going to take a theme park ride, which is usually less than 10 minutes long, and I'm going to make it a feature-length experience. And that's what they're doing. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about this, regardless of the fact that it's Marvel characters that I really don't care that much about. There's Spider-Man, Avengers, and Wolverine were mentioned. One of the domes is a 360-degree stereoscopic 3D dome.
Okay.
Where we've all had those 3D experiences, but guess what? It's now going on entirely around you. So you and I will be in the attraction. We can be looking at 2 totally different things. So basically, you have to experience this attraction more than once to really see it all. There are portions of it where you're walking through yourself, kind of like museum style. So this whole 2-hour experience, they're saying, could really last 3, 4, 5 hours if that's how you want to do it. It was really important for them to they wanted to keep the ticket price down. It's about a $30 experience. It sounds like it should be so much more than that. To think that, what you pay to see a musical or to see a sporting event or whatever. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a multiple layer thing. Obviously, the ride is a portion, the video is a portion, the exhibit's a portion. So it's a multi-sensory experience.
Yeah, it's reading about it excites me.
Yeah.
We're going.
Okay.
We're definitely going.
Apparently, I'm going.
Oh, was there any question? Were you not going to
No,
go?
I'll go.
It's like the price of 2 movies to have this, even if it's terrible. I'm sure it's going to be an experience like nothing we've ever done. And to me, that's worth $30. That's what excites me. Just,
Hearing what was you said, the 360
stereoscopic 3D dome.
Interesting.
Yes, really interesting. They actually kind of compared it to something we recently experienced. They compared it to Oculus Rift, but you won't have goggles. It's actually going to be just 3 glasses with the dome.
I think if anyone in Orlando who's listening, I think it's very comparative to Turtle Trek at SeaWorld. It is a dome theater that's 3D that you can look all the way around and look.
This is not Disney, though.
No.
Okay. For a second, I thought you said Turtle Trek. I thought you said Turtle Talk.
At SeaWorld.
Yeah, I was thinking Crush for a second. I'm like, wait a second, what did I miss at Disney? Okay. Yeah, I don't know that, so maybe. But
Those of you in Orlando.
Those of you in Orlando, go do that. But interestingly enough, this is not scheduled to go to Orlando yet. My guess is maybe too much competition. There is talk of overseas. People in England are talking to them and other places as well. It's massive, cannot fit in a convention center. One of the biggest problems is, since it's
Space.
7 massive domes, they need to find a huge amount of space to do this. It's exciting for so many reasons. I mean, obviously there's the Disney tie-in with Marvel, which is great. A huge portion of the funding came from the Roy E. Disney Foundation, or not the foundation, but his business. And it's just exciting to me.
And their first stop is in San Diego?
No, we're the second or third stop. They're going to Texas first, I believe. They get here in February. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com. We got to get our tickets.
Yeah.
Seriously have
So if you definitely want to look into it, see where they're going.
Yeah, it's called The Marvel Experience. It's marvelexperience.com or something like that. If you Google it, you can find it very, very easily. I have certainly been all over that website. It's fantastic.
It sounds exciting.
It's really exciting. And I'm just so excited for the ticket price. To think that so many more people are going to get to experience this because of the ticket price is great. In fact, the creator of it, I read an interview with him, and he was saying about 20% of his ideas were put into this. So there's another 80%. He's like, that didn't have time, didn't have space, and frankly, it would have really jacked up the ticket cost. And he goes, I didn't want to do that. Not yet anyway. And so this is something that can keep being expanded upon. To me, if it works and if it's great, like it sounds, it's the theme park of the future. You don't have to fly to Florida anymore or California. And, of course, it'll never replace the theme parks, but it's an exciting thing to think about.
Awesome.
I love it. I'm so excited. Get more excited, Patrick.
Woo!
That was not convincing. You're a terrible actor.
Oh. Anyway.
Anywho, shall we talk about some Magic Band news?
Yeah.
So, man, they're really trying to make these things work.
Yeah.
Is what is the impression I'm getting. And good for them. I actually really, but I still feel like it's a torn thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I commend them for really trying to make this thing work. And like I've said it a billion times, I think in the future it will pay off. Mm-hmm. But why don't you explain what they're doing?
Yeah, basically, if you have a Magic Band, or if you're wearing a Magic Band on select rides, if they take a photo, and instead of maybe purchasing that photo right after the ride, say maybe you don't want it right now or whatever, it actually will take your photo and put it to your My Disney experience, so later you can go back and look at the photos you've taken on the rides that use this feature and buy them there.
Yeah.
So it takes no time at all. It automatically senses your Magic Band. You scan your Magic Band, and the photo will go straight to your My Disney experience.
So they're really trying to encourage people to plan their vacations in advance, it sounds like. And this is kind of a way of getting people to do it. The My Disney Experience thing, I think they said like 50% of people are doing it now or something. There are touch points where you got to touch your band. As of right now, I believe Space Ranger Spin, Space Mountain, and Splash Mountains are the ones that have this feature. So it's pretty cool. And we'll see what happens next with Magic Bands. It seems like there's no end to like the new little things they keep doing to them. Still waiting for the characters to say our names, but I'm sure that's coming out soon. I'm sure that'll happen.
I mean, they're already talking to you.
Exactly. So. Folks, we're kind of running out of time here, so I think we're going to jump to trivia, if that's cool with you, Patrick.
Yeah.
But before we head there, I just want to mention briefly, we got a few things opening this week. If you're listening on the first day that this airs, it should be Wednesday, November 5th. Guess what? A Frozen Holiday Wish opens today at Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom. So go see some more Elsa.
It's already
Christmas. Oh, God. I'm still wiping makeup off from Halloween, and it's Christmas already. And November 7th, soon after that, so that would be Friday, Jingle Cruise opens at Walt Disney World. So they're getting their festivities going a little sooner than Disneyland, but it's happening, folks. So whether you're ready or not,
Christmas is coming.
Merry Christmas. Santa's on his way. All that fun stuff. Anywho, trivia, you want me to hit you or you want to hit me?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, I've actually got two trivia questions for you because one of them I thought you might answer when we were talking about some Marvel stuff. But I'm going to ask you both anyway. One of the Marvel films that we mentioned has actually a female lead. Do you know which one it is?
I believe it's Captain Marvel.
You're right. Captain Marvel is a female lead.
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
It is.
Hopefully they'll do well. It's actually kind of cool. I like that. Hit me with your trivia question then if we have time.
Well, mine's a pretty... I think you've seen this movie twice already, so I think it'd be...
Big Hero 6? Okay.
Pretty easy and non-spoilery, but I just want to see if you know the entire team of the movie.
Oh, I don't. I'll tell you that right now. There's Baymax, there's Hero, there's Fred, and then there's 3 other people.
Oh my!
I don't know their names.
Two screenings and you can't name the characters?
Names are the last things I remember. Yeah, I know actors' names like before I know characters' names.
So sad.
What are the other 3?
It's Hero, Baymax, Honey Lemon.
Okay. Which one's Honey Lemon?
She is
the one on the bike?
No, she is the one with the...
Oh, the cute
purse.
nerd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go-Go.
Is the one on the bike.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and Wasabi.
Yeah, Wasabi and Fred.
Yeah, Fred I love. Big fan of Fred.
Funny story, we actually ran into the voice of Fred after we saw the screening in Disneyland, TJ Miller.
Yeah. He was over by Pinocchio? We were by, like, Dumbo or something.
That's funny. We were like, saw your movie this morning.
Yep. He was cool. Nice guy. Do you want to hear my other trivia question? Yeah. It's actually Big Hero 6 related. Villain's name. Do you know the villain's name? First of all, that's not the trivia question, but do you know his name?
The
villainous character.
His alias name?
Yeah.
Ooh.
His or her alias name. Well, that's not the question, so I'll just tell you. It's yokai.
Yeah. I knew it was a Y.
Do you know what yokai means in Japanese?
Mask?
It means demon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Close.
How did you not know that after seeing it once, Patrick? How could you not have known that?
Let's see how many times it's mentioned in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Folks, that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks for listening. As always, please connect with us at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, everything. And
Instagram,
if you
blog posts.
Yeah, and if you have anything to tell us, leave us comments on YouTube. And shoot us emails at DisneyCoastToCoast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. So that's going to do it for us this week. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.